What up, everybody? If you hear fireworks in the background, that is because I am filming this on the 4th of July. So forgive the loud explosions that you hear just outside my place. But we're going to ignore that and press forward. I am not doing a From the Shelf segment today. As it just so happens, I'm a massive fan of Ultraman. Over the past few months, I've been kind of getting more and more into the tokusatsu genre. And really, I've been getting into Ultraman because, frankly, Superbriah Productions and Bandai have made it pretty easy to get into the franchise, made it very, very accessible. And Mill Creek as well, who kind of produced the Blu-rays. Those three companies have made the show and the franchise as a whole very, very accessible to international audiences. And today is the debut of a brand new Ultraman show, Ultraman Omega. So for the foreseeable future, on Fridays, instead of a From the Shelf segment, I'm going to do a review of these new Ultraman Omega episodes. But let's stop with all this ado, and let's go forward with a review of the first episode of Ultraman Omega, Here Comes an Alien. The brief synopsis is when an amnesiac Ultraman crashes down on Earth, he befriends a man named Kosei, who is kind of annoyed that the human form of Ultraman Omega has shown up and has started eating his fried noodles, which is, I gotta agree, pretty annoying. But the mysterious amnesiac stranger and Kosei don't have a whole lot of time to try to get to know each other, as a massive kaiju attacks their town pretty much right after that. There's some chaos as the families are separated and parents are being reunited with their children and people are trying to evacuate the area. Eventually, the mysterious stranger kind of remembers he has Ultraman powers and becomes our title hero, the Ultraman Omega himself. And this introductory battle is kind of interesting. I really like that this Ultraman has like a fin on his head that he can use, kind of like a knife, kind of like a boomerang. That's a neat kind of toyetic gimmick right there. And wouldn't you know it, Ultraman does eventually slay the kaiju and save the day, and remembers by the end of the episode at least his name, Omega. And that's where the first episode of this new series leaves off. So, some quick overall thoughts. The Ultraman Omega design itself, I'm warming up to it. I'm not crazy about it. It's a little too close to Ultraman Taiga, which I really didn't like that design. I'll say this one's better. The red face is kind of bizarre, and I don't know if I like it. But like I said, it is growing on me. In terms of the action itself, the opening scene being a CGI battle, while it is definitely cool looking, and I would say congrats to the VFX team on that, because they clearly put in a lot of work. It looks better than a lot of past Ultraman CGI battle sequences, but typically we don't see entire battles in CGI in Ultraman. It's mostly, I would say, 90% practical these days, with some added VFX touches. So an entire opening sequence in CGI, I'm not crazy about that, but I didn't hate it either. As for the Ultraman battle proper towards the end of the episode, I liked a lot better. There is something about filming it practically that makes it really cool. Just as a fan of the genre itself, I'm a huge fan of the miniatures and miniature work, and there's just something so charming about it. I will say the humor is, a little childish. It's a little not my speed. It's not as bad as it's been in some shows, but it's perfectly serviceable. So I would say this first episode, I'm walking away from it positive. I'm looking forward to more episodes. Not the strongest first episode of an Ultraman show. That would be Ultraman Blazar, which was a fantastic series. So this one, little bit more of kind of a standard, slower start, but some interesting places we could go. I'll also say kind of the lack of a supporting cast in this opening episode. The two lead characters, one being a character with no history as far as we know, who's amnesiac. Sorry, I keep saying that word, but and then the other character who is just annoyed by the first character. That doesn't give me a lot to chew on. I don't really have a good sense of their chemistry yet. So yeah, I would say overall kind of B minus C plus territory for this episode, but a lot of interesting places it could go. I think an Ultraman who is trying to figure out his past could be very interesting. So yeah, I am definitely intrigued, looking forward to seeing more. If you stuck around to the end of this video, thank you so much. Please like, please follow. Let me know if you want to see me talk about other Ultraman shows, my thoughts on other tokusatsu stuff. But please keep coming back. Every Friday, I will do an Ultraman review of Ultraman Omega. And maybe we could start kind of like watching it together as a community. We can all kind of like, almost like a book club, but strictly with Ultraman stuff. So let me know what you think down in the comments. And yeah, watch Ultraman. It's very available on YouTube. Subabaraya Productions, I think, makes almost the entire franchise available. And pick up the Blu-rays from Mill Creek. It's you know, they look fantastic. So yeah, give it Ultraman Omega a shot. You don't lose anything out by doing that.